Hey everybody, I'm coming to tell you that God is a residue remover. Residue is just particles or a substance that's left after the main thing has been removed. Some of you all, and I'm going to give you examples of what I'm talking about. Some of you all have walked away from some things that kept you bound, that kept you confused, that kept you in bondage, and it kept you from getting close to God. Some of you all were ex-clubbers. Some of you all may have lived a gay lifestyle. Some of you all may have been criminals. Some of you all may have sold drugs. You may have did drugs. You may have had lust as a weakness for you. Whatever your thing was, there may be some residue left in you. The way you know that the residue is left in you, because you will hear or you will see something that reminds you of what you've come from. You may see a man or a woman that you are reminded of as far as your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend goes, and you will begin to fight and you will begin to desire to go back to that person because that place was comfortable for you. It was familiar to you. It made you feel good. Some of you all may have people, friends or family members, they come around you and they talk about how they go to the club, and you start to think about your clubbing days. If you were an ex-clubber, you may want to go back to the club, have a couple of drinks, dance, because like I said, it made you feel good. It was familiar to you. But when I tell you that God will burn out and completely remove even the little bit, the residue that is left in you from what you walked away from, it is real and it's available to you. God will burn out all of the particles, all of the residue and the substance of the sin and the impure things you were involved in, to where when you tell people your testimony, they won't even believe that you were who you said you were. They won't even believe it, because they will not at all, under any circumstances, see any of the things that you used to do on you or inside of you. This is the type of God that we serve. So I want you all to not be unhappy. Don't be angry. Don't be ashamed and embarrassed. Don't get discouraged, because I want you to understand that the removal of residue is not instantaneous. It's not instantaneous. Sometimes it's a process. It's a progression. And every time you spend time with God, every time you go to God and you put on the throne what you're struggling with, God every day will break off pieces of what that residue is. That's what my video message is. I also want you all to watch your communication with people. There are people in your life right now, you used to kick it with them. You probably used to sleep with them. You used to get high with them. You used to sell drugs with them. You used to drink with them. Whatever you used to do with them, I'm not saying that you're better than them. I'm not saying that you begin to look at these people like they are beneath you. But you must be careful your interaction and your communication with them, because they are not where you are. They may not be where you're trying to get in the spiritual or in the natural. And so with you keeping ties with them and communicating with them and talking to them, if they're talking about and actually doing things that you used to do, that is when that residue within you gets ignited. Residue is real, people. And it always gets fired up and stirred up where it's something inside of you. You want to go back to that familiar, comfortable, fun, feel good place. That's what my video message is. I want you guys to be encouraged. When this video message ends, I want you to get in the presence of God, and I want you to tell God, God, I want you to remove my residue. Everything that's not like you, the pieces of it that's left, even help me to be strong. So if I see it, if I hear about it, if I happen to come in contact with what you brought me out of, or what I walked away from, give me the strength to say, you know what, God, you are good. You are awesome. That is who I used to be, but that's not who I am now. That's my video message. I want to let you guys know that residue, getting it removed, is not instantaneous. As I said before, it's a process. I want you guys to be ready, because God definitely, with so many of you all, He's about to remove and burn out that residue.